Hello, this is John Wallace with today's video online lecture for intermediate speaking, and this is the book that you need, Pathways, Foundations, second edition, and the ISBN number is 978-1337-40770-0. Now, I know this sounds, you see this backwards, and I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. That's the way the camera is, and I can't do anything. But your responsibility is to be looking at the book and print the outline. Print the outline. So you're at your desk, you have this down on the table, and you have this down on the table, and you're listening. And that's how you follow this book. Okay? You have this printed on paper, and you have it numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you have your book ready. Because in the classroom, I put this on the screen and you're looking at the book. And you should have the book open now. Pause the video. Always pause the video and go right to the book. We're on page 37 of Unit 2, Love Your Job. And I'm going to give you the answers for page 37. On your outline for Unit 2, you should have the answers on page 37. D. Number 1, please just say, please write these down. Do what you enjoy and use the skills you have, okay? So do what you enjoy and use the skills you have. Number 2, Suseo, and this is on your notes, which I have given you. Please print them. Ask the question, what do people need? Talk to all of your contacts. Number 3. Number 4, just try it. And the answer for E, D, sleep coach. D is helps people to rest at night. 2, A, life coach. Teaches people how to be satisfied and happy. And 3, B, playlist professional. Creates list of songs for companies. And C, cloud specialist. Manages the things people keep on the internet. That's the definitions for each one. So let's go to D. Listen for the advice that Natalia Stewart gives. Make a list of the items. So right there, you want to make a list of the items for each one. Not sure where that thing is. There it is right there. So let's go and listen to this on the video. Okay, let's go to Pathways Audio and 128 and listen to the audio.
Page 37, Exercise D. Any other advice?
Yes, 4 things in fact. First, as I already said, do what you enjoy and use the skills that you have. Second, ask the question, what do people need? Third, talk to all of your contacts, your friends, your friends' friends, your parents' friends. Contacts are important in business. And fourth, just try it. Don't listen to people who tell you that you're crazy. Just try. Yes, maybe you'll fail, but you can keep trying until you get it right.
Okay, now let's
Page 37, exercise D.
listen to E, listen to the excerpt from the conversation, match the job to its description. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's listen, and you have the answers. Please be carefully listening.
Page 37, exercise E.
Well, now that every company is online and apps for smartphones make so much money, there are lots of new jobs related to technology. For example, app designers, app developers, and cloud specialists.
Ah, yes. The digital age is really creating a lot of new jobs. But what is a cloud specialist? I have never heard of that before.
Well, the cloud is where we keep things on the internet. Like some people keep all of their photos in the cloud. So a cloud specialist is a person who manages this technology.
Interesting. Any other new jobs?
Yes. As you know, companies show and sell their product through social media sites. So new jobs such as bloggers and social media managers are very popular today.
Bloggers and social media managers. These jobs probably sound like a different language to our grandparents. Besides these technology jobs, what other new jobs are there?
Well, there are many kinds of new jobs such as sleep coaches. They teach babies and their parents how to sleep. Life coaches. They help people be satisfied with their lives. And playlist professionals.
What's a playlist professional?
They create playlists, or lists of songs, for companies to use in their stores, on their TV or radio commercials, or on their websites.
So they just choose the songs?
Yes, they find out about the company and the kind of customer they want, and they create a song list to use.
What a fun job!
Yes, especially if you enjoy music.
Okay, so that was that. After listening, right here on page 37, work on a small group, discuss these questions. Right here, I put the answer on the outline. If you look on page 37 on the outline, you want to write down these things. What is some other advice you know for getting a job? Work first as a volunteer. You can learn more about the job and meet the people who work there. Show the boss your work. Then when a job opens up, you will have experience and contacts there. And which of the new jobs from the conversation sound interesting or exciting to you? Which sound boring? Well, to me, life coach sounds exciting, teaching people how to be satisfied and happy, and playlist professional, creating lists of songs for companies. And sleep coach sounds a little bit boring, helping people to rest at night. I think I get tired of that after about 3 or 4 clients. And cloud specialist, I think I might get a little bit tired of that sorting through all the different files that people have. But let's go on to pros and cons right here. So pros and cons on page 37 at the bottom. With the pros, you can do what you love. So what you're doing is you're looking at this page 37 at the bottom, and you're reading the answers on this, which you printed. So you look at here and you write it down there. Do you understand? Okay? It doesn't matter if this is backward or not. You have the book right side up, and you have the paper right side up. So what is the problem? No problem. Okay, so please write down the pros, good things of creating your own job. You can do what you love. You are your own boss. You get to make all of the decisions. You can set your own hours. Cons, it's a lot of responsibility to be your own boss. Definitely. It can be stressful. You must make all of the decisions, and it can cost a lot of money in the beginning. Okay, lastly, we go to speaking, and we've written the answers on page 38 on your outline on the last page. And what do these people have in common? Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling, and Thomas Edison. They all failed at first, but then became very successful and famous. What can we learn about failing from them? Do not stop trying. Trying hard is very important and can bring you success. Just like this book, if you try very hard, you will be successful. Right there. And page 39 you can do by yourself along with page 40. And now we go to page 41, which is unit 3 right here, unusual destinations, and you have the book open up and you can look at the book while I'm talking about page 41. So I talk about 41 and you look. Oh, I see the book. It's right side up. Right here. Okay? So, what is this photo of? Well, it's St. Basil's Cathedral State Historical Museum. What time of day is it? It's night. It's in Moscow, Russia. Does this look like other places you've seen? No, not really. How is it different? Onion-shaped domes, multicolors, towers that have arches and arches within arches. So it's very exotic and it's very beautiful. And it has golden lions and I think unicorns on top. So it's quite beautiful right there. And are you interested in visiting Russia? Yes, I am. I've been to Russia once a long time ago in 2004. It was quite interesting. I was in Siberia. So let's take a trip right here, the next page, page 42. Look at the photos and read the information. So right here we're looking at the photos and looking at the information right there. Let's turn on the light so we can get some extra light in here right now for this and we can see it a little bit better. Let's take a trip. Good. Okay, so this is what we're doing right here. And which of the photos do you most want to visit? Lapland, the restaurant in the aquarium, or Petra, Jordan? Explain. So explain which ones you want to visit. I think I want to visit Northwest Territories, Canada. It's not Lapland because it's very exotic and I see the northern lights. It's very beautiful. That's in the far north of Canada. That would be maybe 2 or 3 hours by plane from Toronto or 4 hours from Vancouver. So it's quite far north. Do you prefer to visit cities or more natural places for a vacation? I prefer to visit cities because you have restaurants, shops, and amenities there. And tell about an interesting place you visited. Talk about an interesting place you visited. I visited the Forbidden City in Beijing around 2005. It was very beautiful and interesting. And I hope to go there again, maybe in a few years, for a return visit. Okay. So we go to page 44 now, and vocabulary with words like area, noun, beautiful, adjective, crowded, adjective, famous, adjective, quiet, adjective, tourists, unusual, and visit right there. And what we have right here is the outline for it. Right here, I printed this. You can see it, page 1, right there, and you've printed it. The focus of this unit is on unusual places to visit and travel around the world. So you're reading this as I read it out loud. The unit provides opportunities for students to think about their vacation preferences and discussing interesting places around the world. So see page 42, look at the photos and read the information, then discuss the questions. Page 44, right here. Listen and check the words you already know. So let's listen to the words being said right here. Famous adjective, quiet adjective, tourist noun, unusual adjective, and visit verb. Let's listen to it now.
Unit 3, Lesson A, page 44, Exercise A.
Area.
Beautiful.
Crowded.
Famous.
Quiet.
Tourists.
Unusual.
Visit.
So right here you have what about Iqui Glacier? B. Complete Fatima and Arturo's conversation with a word from exercise A. Listen and check your answers. So you take these words in 130A and you put them in Fatima and Arturo's conversation. What I have done right here is I've put these words in bold and underlined. So Fatima says, "Hi, Arturo. I'm trying to plan my summer vacation. Should I go to the beach like I always do, or I could try a famous, that's answer one, famous place like Paris, or maybe a new and different destination, somewhere unusual." That's the second answer. What do you think? Arturo says, "I think you should try somewhere unusual. I saw a TV show about an amazing glacier in Greenland. It's called Iqui Glacier. The ice on the glacier is so clear and the snow is very white. It's so beautiful." Answer 3. Not many people go there, so it's not crowded. Answer 4. Fatima, it sounds like a great place to visit. That's answer number 5, especially in the hot summer months. I like that there aren't many tourists there. I like to go to answer 6, quiet places. In my opinion, the fewer the people, the better. And answer 7 or 8. Well, it looks like a great area where you can relax and have fun. Let's listen to their conversation now.
Page 44, Exercise B.
Hi, Arturo. I'm trying to plan my summer vacation. Should I go to the beach like I always do? Or should I try a famous place like Paris? Or maybe a new and very different destination, somewhere unusual? What do you think?
I think you should try somewhere unusual. I saw a TV show about an amazing glacier in Greenland. It's called Iqui Glacier. The ice on the glacier is so clear and the snow is very white. It's so beautiful. Not many people go there, so it's not crowded.
It sounds like a great place to visit, especially in the hot summer months. And I like that there aren't many tourists there. I like to go to quiet places. In my opinion, the fewer people, the better.
Well, it looks like a great area where you can relax and have fun.
Okay, so those are the answers. Let's look at the next page, page 45, right here. And look at this right here. The first answer, quiet. So you look at page 2 of the outline, and quiet, not loud. Number 2, area, a part of a city or country. 3, visit, to go to a place. 4, unusual, different. 5, beautiful, very pretty. 6, crowded, full of people. 7, famous, well known. 8, tourist, a person who travels to a place for fun. And we go to synonyms. A synonym is a word that has a similar meaning to another word or phrase. Page 45, right there, page 45. Tourists go to that area. Tourists go to that spot. It was an unusual vacation. It was a different vacation. Here are some tips to help you learn them. Pay attention to synonyms in both listening and reading. Write synonyms for words you already know in your vocabulary notebook. So right here, we're going to write each word next to its synonym. Peaceful, traveler, go to, pretty, and full. And if you don't know the definition of the word in Korean, please write the words to say the word in Korean next to each one. On page 2 of your outline, I've given you the answers to this right here on the outline. Okay, so the outline right here says visit, go to, see, stop by. Beautiful, pretty, lovely, nice, attractive. 3, quiet, peaceful, calm, relaxing, laid back. 4, crowded, full, packed, and busy. Tourist, traveler, and visitor. And then on personalizing, you can write down the things that you have of your own opinion using the synonyms from exercise D. Peaceful, traveler, go to, pretty, full, and pretty, lovely, nice, attractive right here. I want to visit a peaceful area because I like relaxing, laid back places. So that's what you could have right there. On page 46, right here, look at the map and the photos. What do you know about the countries in the photos? So right here, Thailand, Red Lotus Lake. What do you know about Thailand? Bahat Market, Sapa, Vietnam. What do you know about Vietnam and Indonesia? Dieng Plateau, Java, Indonesia. So look at the map and read the statements. Choose T for true and F for false. Okay, right here I've given out the answers on page 47 right here. So you should be able to read this. Indonesia is north of Thailand, false. Java is in Indonesia, true. Thailand is an island, false. Thailand and Vietnam are next to each other, false. Singapore is south of Vietnam, true. Vietnam is on the South China Sea, true. Okay, then on while listening and listen and check the 2 main ideas about the presentation, 2 and 4. Unusual places are great to travel to, and Southeast Asia has a variety of unusual places. So that's on page 3 right there. And on D, look at the photos in exercise A and listen to an excerpt of each photo. The number of the places the speaker talks about first, second, and third. Number 1, Indonesia. Number 2, Thailand. Number 3, Vietnam. So let's listen to C. Listen and check the 2 ideas about the main presentation first.
Page 47, Exercise C. Presentation, Unusual Southeast Asia. Welcome to the 5th Annual Travel Convention, Unusual Destinations. Our first speaker is Susanna Jenkins. She travels around the world and writes blogs and books about her adventures. She recently returned from a trip to Southeast Asia, and she's here today to share her ideas about a few interesting and unusual places to visit. Please help me welcome Susanna Jenkins.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here today. As Tom just told you, I recently visited Southeast Asia for a new book I'm writing. And today, I'll tell you about 3 of the countries I went to. Many tourists visit Southeast Asia, and usually they go to the well-traveled places. the beaches and islands of southern Thailand, big cities such as Singapore or Bangkok with their beautiful temples and palaces, or the very famous sites such as Angkor Wat in Cambodia or the island of Bali in Indonesia. These places are certainly great to visit, yet they can be very crowded. So I like to go to the more unusual places, beautiful areas that few tourists know about. First, I'd like to show you some photos from my trip. I started my trip in central Java in Indonesia. Here, I am in a rice field. The view is wonderful. As you can see in the picture, these rice paddies are in the mountains. They look like steps in the mountain. They're like a work of art. They are such a quiet, peaceful, and beautiful part of the country, and not many tourists ever see them. After Indonesia, I went to Thailand. As I said, there are many tourists on Thailand's beaches, so I like to go to a quiet inland part of the country, away from the beaches. One of my favorite places to visit is the wetland area of northeast Thailand. Here is lovely Red Lotus Lake. You can go out on a boat from December through March and see thousands of lotus flowers in the water. It is breathtaking to see. Finally, my last destination was in Vietnam. The markets in the town of Sapa are lively and colorful. You can shop or just enjoy looking around. The nearby mountains are tall, green, and beautiful. You can hike along the mountaintop and look down into the valley. You feel like you are in the clouds. So next time you are planning a trip to Southeast Asia or anywhere, please think about visiting a more unusual destination.
Okay, so going over that, she dwells on 2 points. Unusual places are great to travel to, and Southeast Asia has a variety of temples and palaces. Okay, so this is the first part of our lecture. The second part will be next week. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Please make sure that you print out the notes that I've enclosed and that you have the book available right here, Pathways, Foundations, 2nd edition, National Geographic. Thank you very much, and goodbye.